Hey guys, my name is Shantavia, and today I'm going to be doing a library book haul for you guys. So, I told myself that I wasn't going to buy any more books at the current time or check out any library books. I was just going to read the books that I have on my shelf and on my Kindle. But my parents decided to go to the public library, and I saw so many books that I wanted to read, so I kind of broke that library ban. I got 8 books. I'm hoping I can get to them, some more than others. If I don't get to them, it's okay because I can always recheck them out. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the book that I am currently reading, which is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. She is the author of the Lunar Chronicles, which I read Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, and Fairest. And I started reading Winter, but I never finished it. And I have not read Stars Above. So I'm planning on rereading the entire series since I have all the books. 3 of them I have physical copies, the first 3 books, and then the rest of the series I have on my Kindle. So this book is an Alice in the Wonderland retelling. I'm sorry if you hear rain. It's currently raining right now. It just came out of nowhere, so sorry if you hear that. But this is an Alice in the Wonderland retelling, and we are following the Queen of Hearts as she is a young girl, and basically we're following her to discover how she actually turns into the Queen of Hearts. Now this book, the Queen of Hearts, so her name is Catherine, and she loves to bake. Her dream is to open up her own bakery shop along with her maid, Marianne, who she wants to be her assistant. And her mother and father does not take this lightly. They do not want her to be a baker because, well, they feel that that is what servants do. And so she is set to marry the king. However, she doesn't want to marry the king because she doesn't want to rule the kingdom. She just wants to bake. And she meets this guy named Jess, and they start to fall in love, and things happen from there. The next book I have is The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. This book, Nemesis is a diabolic. They've been created to protect a specific person. Each one has a specific person that they were created to protect. So Nemesis has to protect Sidonia, and you will kill people to protect this person. So someone takes Sidonia, wants to take her as hostage. So Nemesis has to become Sidonia. She has to become her and act as if she is her. So this should be interesting to see how she basically takes her place. It kind of reminds me of the Lion Game where one twin has to take the place of the other twin. That sort of thing. So we shall see. I'm excited. I think this will be a good book, so I'm excited to read about it. The next book I have is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I have read this book before in the past, and I wanted to give it a retry because I did not like it in the past, just because I was actually confused throughout the entire book. So I'm thinking if I reread it, maybe I can understand it this time around. This is basically an angel versus demons type of story, but I heard that Laini Taylor doesn't actually follow that storyline, and so much more happens. The next book I have is Karvall by Stephanie Garber. I have heard so many great things about this one, so I am so excited to read this. We follow 2 sisters who go to this circus that is a game. It's a game. So they go to the circus, and one of the sisters get lost inside of the circus, and the other sister, she doesn't know whether it's a part of the circus or if something is actually happening to her sister. So she basically goes throughout the circus trying to figure out what in the world is going on and how to get her sister back before the circus leaves. The next book that I picked up from the library is Frostblood by Ellie Blake. Now, this is the first book in a series. The second book comes out later this year, and in August, I believe, which is called Fireblood. So we follow Ruby, who is a Fireblood, and Firebloods are basically almost extinct, and they are not welcome in the world. So Ruby has kept her powers hidden until her mother dies. And other Firebloods come out and seek her help. She was going to help other Firebloods until she's taken hostage, and she has to complete in this tournament that puts Firebloods against Frostbloods. This should be interesting. The next book I picked up is one that's been out for a while, and so the sequel's already out. This is Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes. This is another Alice in the Wonderland retelling about the Queen of Hearts. Dana is a princess who will soon rule Wonderland, but something happens and her throne is threatened, as well as her love interest, and she is betrayed, so she's gonna fight back to win her throne, which is what I think this is about. I don't know, I've heard mixed reviews about this one, but I'm gonna go into it with a clear mindset, so it should be interesting. The next book that I picked up from the library was Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Now, a while back, a couple of years ago, I started reading this book, and I put it down because I don't know, I didn't think I liked it, but I didn't read that much. I only read a few pages of it. So it has a map. I decided to pick this one up to give it another try, mainly because I want to read the Six of Crows duology. I want to read this series first before I read the duology, because they're both set in the same world. I know you don't have to read one before the other, but I feel as though since this is the first series, you learn more about this world in this series because, well, it is her first series in the Grisha universe, and that way you can see the world building, so you know pretty much most of the things in the world. You know how the world works, that sort of thing. So when you go into Six of Crows, I won't be confused. We follow a girl named Elena who discovers that she actually has Grisha powers that she never knew she has, because every child is tested for Grisha powers, and Elena never showed any signs of them, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, she has powers. So she is taken away to become part of this elite group led by a person known as the Darkling. They discover some secrets along the way, and basically we're in for a ride. The last book that I have to show you is Roseblood. Now, this is a Phantom in the Opera retelling. I don't know too much about that, so I won't have any say on whether they're similar or what, because I don't know anything about that. So Rune, she has a talent. She's a singer, and after every performance, her voice is weak and she starts feeling sick. So she's trying to figure out a cure. So she goes to this boarding school to take classes, and the boarding school is there's rumors that it has ties to the Phantom of the Opera. So Rune keeps seeing this boy with a mask in the graveyard, yet he doesn't go to any classes or anything, so she's not sure what's going on there. She meets a guy named Thorn, who I believe is the son of the Phantom, because they start to fall in love, and basically he either has to lead her to being destroyed or go against the only person he ever knew as a parent, who is the Phantom, and save her, help her. So this sounds like it'll be pretty interesting. I'm actually really excited for this one. I have heard mixed reviews of this one as well. I love how, look, this is beautiful. And I love how the writing is read. So that's a unique twist besides the black writing that we normally see in pretty much all the books. So I think this is pretty unique. And I am really excited to read this, mainly because I won't necessarily be biased because I do not know what the actual Phantom of the Opera is. That is all for the books that I received from the library. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have read any of these books, please comment down below and tell me which one you read, and if you loved it. Do not give away any spoilers, please, but just let me know if you loved it or if you did not like it and why. I love to hear that. If you could please subscribe, that would be awesome. Like this video, and I will see you guys in the comments and in my next video. Also, follow me on Instagram and add me on Goodreads, and I will talk to you guys on there as well.